Hi, I'm Melissa Virtue from Sacred Solace, and I'm going to interpret someone's dream. So I will just read the dream, and then I will give just a very topical interpretation. And I just want everyone to remember that the best dream interpreter is the person who had the dream. So I'm just guiding and opening up some doorways and some ideas for this dream. And that's what I do when I help interpret dreams. Normally I take a long time talking to the client about dreams, but this is just going to be really quick. I'm going to read the dream, give some thoughts and ideas, some symbolism, and then you, the dreamer, can decide what is best. And the lady who had this dream can decide truly what it all means to her, and hopefully it will get her started in the right path, on the right path with interpreting her dream and understanding the dream's message. So, her dream goes like this. The most recent special dream she had was when she was in this wooden store that had a rooftop where you could stand on and look out at the town that they were in. There were interesting people in this place. She's not sure if it was a studio, store, or bookshop, but at some point there was a small group of people with a leader. The leader was African American, older, with glasses. She says this, who gave me some sort of reading. I remember him tracing and noticing every single line on my hand. He had a very serious face. The others were younger, my age, she's 24, and were standing around watching. He told me to talk because I kept spacing out and going inward. Right before, or as he was giving me my reading, I was looking across the room at this symbol or relic on the wall. It was made of a light blue crystal or gem. Finally, the man told me I was a magic zero. I find this dream fascinating. It's so filled with a symbolism, but it's very direct and straightforward as well. Now remember, I'm just going to say the very top layer. The lady who dreamt this, the dreamer, can definitely go deeper and deeper into this dream. I made some notes, so I'll be glancing at my notes. Because when I do dream work, it's like Sherlock Holmes or Nancy Drew. I really like to get down into it, and I do make a lot of notes. But since I'm just doing the top layer, here are a few notes that came to me immediately. So the fact that she was standing in a wooden store. Now the dreamer may know a store that's similar to this store that she dreamt about, and if she does, she needs to think about that and plug that into how she feels about that store in relation to what it could mean in her dream. Okay, but the store was wooden. Wooden is the element of earth, very stable, very secure. It can be built by hands. You know, we can shape and mold and carve away wood. So think about that. The store had a rooftop where you could stand and see everybody around. Well, a rooftop usually depicts and symbolizes being at the top level of learning or understanding. It's a spiritual level because it's the very top floor of a house or a building. Looking out across at everybody could be that she needs to see the bigger picture. The dreamer is looking at the bigger picture, or that her guides and angels, her higher self in this dream, her dream guide is trying to show her the bigger picture. She's definitely connecting to source, because rooftop also can be symbolic of connection to source and your higher self. So she said there were a lot of interesting people in this place. So this is her environment of where she's put herself. She's surrounding herself by something stable, supportive, being on the top level of it, and very interesting people that are her age. So like-minded people is what comes to my mind, right? Okay, so the store can also represent, since she said she didn't know if it was a studio, a store, or a workshop, it can represent knowledge, where knowledge is learned, created, applied, shared. Again, store can represent the like-minded people, a container, a place where it holds all of this information. The store could represent also a part of herself where the information is held. Okay, at some point the leader, so the leader could be possibly her dream guide or an aspect of herself, okay, her higher self or herself. So the leader is African American, older with glasses. So it's definitely an unknown part of herself that's very wise. And glasses can represent really zeroing in on seeing great detail. Okay, so we have the bigger picture and then the zeroing in on greater detail. Okay, so this person gave her a reading, and I feel like the reading or the message is a part that she needs to zero in on with greater detail, which can, as you'll see, connect to her being a magic zero. Okay, so she remembers him tracing every line on her hand. So traditional palmists that study the palms of our hands and do palm readings, they talk about how you can see the past, present, and future on the lines of our hands, and that the choices that we make can change those lines of our future or of our present situation. So basically, depending on what choice we make or the actions that we choose differently, we can shift the lines on our hands to show us what's going to happen, or our future has changed, if you will. So you can manifest your life, is what this is telling her in her dream, the dreamer. Okay, so the leader, which could be your dream guide or an aspect of yourself, is saying you can really study your past and present and shift, make choices on that and shift your future. So you can manifest. And the time is now. It's in your hands, right? The choices are in your hands. The future and the present lie in your hands, so to speak. Okay, so he's being very serious. He had a very serious face because he's trying to get the point across to the dreamer. Now, there are many people that will witness this because there are a lot of people standing around in her dream. So there could be a lot of people witnessing the dreamer going through this birth or rebirth or this new path that she's on, as you'll see. So he told her to talk because she kept spacing out and going inward. Okay, let's talk about the magic zero, because the magic zero and the crystal or glass that she dreamt about has to do with the rest of the dream. All right, so here are some thoughts for the number 0. First of all, I'd like to say that it represents the following: mystery, nothingness, infinity, potential, possibility, eternity, reflection, the void. The void is where we bring everything out of the nothingness, right? The void, cycles, circles, totality, rebirth, binary number has 0, which I think is very fascinating. Now, pure potentiality is also represented by 0. So all the numbers spring forth from 0. Even Pythagoras viewed 0 as the container from which everything sprung forth, from which all other values sprung forth from 0. The tarot readers as well, or the cards themselves, tarot, I know some people say tarot, as well as the mystery school teachings, hold 0 as the same as Pythagoras, his feelings of 0. Okay, so 0 also represents seed, source, egg, womb. So I find that very interesting when you look at the dream and you plug all of those into the dream that this dreamer had. So focusing upon the 0 in ancient times was encouraged to help you be present in the moment. Okay, so I find that fascinating that he was trying to get you to be present. So I'm speaking to the dreamer right now. Your guide was trying to get you to be present in the moment, and he feels like that you keep going off. So perhaps you need to literally focus on a 0 and meditate on 0 when you start feeling like you get way off and scattered. Or it could be symbolic, and it's probably both, that 0 is where you are right now, and it's that focus that's honing in at this time of your life, and it's helping you regroup your level of awareness and helping you really bring everything back into the present moment, okay? Because this present moment is very important. So, again, one last thing for 0, that everything and nothing is simultaneous with 0. Okay, moving on to the crystals or the gem that you saw in your dream. When you say light blue, what came to my mind was a topaz and an aquamarine. So you can look at pictures of these and to see if this is what resonates with you. So topaz represents, I'm going to look at my notes again, emotional support. It repels negativity. Topaz helps us when we have that need to see the entire picture or the bigger picture. Topaz can help us do that. So I think it's interesting that you dreamt of a topaz across the wall, right? The relic. And you were standing on top of a roof earlier in your dream, looking at the bigger picture. So topaz also helps us see our place in the universe. It helps us understand the bigger picture, as I said earlier, of a specific situation that we're involved with. Okay, so aquamarine, let's move to that symbolism. Aquamarine helps us connect to the ocean. Ocean is symbolic of emotions, courage, protection. Aquamarine helps calm fears. So aquamarine also enhances spiritual connection and clear communication blocks. It helps promote verbal communication. And I think if you think about your dream, this is what your dream guide is also telling you. Other possibilities could be angelite or blue lace agate. So just think about this, but I think that Magic Zero is this is a magical time in your life. You're a magical being, and this is the possibility. You need to stay open to receiving all of these things that are going to be manifesting for you. Be a conduit, be a vessel, be the grail, be that vessel to receive what's coming for you. I think it's a lovely, powerful, profound dream. And I definitely think your dream guide and your higher self is getting your attention. So thank you so much for the honor of letting me just do a very surface interpretation for your dream. I thank you, and I thank all of our audience members and listeners. If you have a dream you would like for me to interpret or guide you on, just the very first part, then please watch my page, melissavirtue.com, www.melissavirtue.com, when I will be posting where you can submit your dream. Okay. You can also go to my website, sacredsolace.com, to find my other offerings there. Have a lovely day.